got back, did a little bit. Now we hardy, buffy, tough, do-rag and Tim's. Kinda hard to get a job back out on the block. Charge that to the game.
Welcome to Expose Under the Sun, brought to you by the Detroit Native Sun newspaper, bringing you media and information not readily found in the mainstream. I am Dr. Carla Mitchell, sitting in for Sharon Dumas. I'm your guest host today, and I am joined by Miss Audrina Ross of a naturalistalife.com. Thank you for joining us today.
My pleasure.
I want to say Happy New Year to the viewers. I haven't seen you guys this year, and so happy to be back to bring you information. January is National Weight Loss. The National Health Observance for today is weight loss, and so I'm excited to talk about a weight loss management program that we're going to be introducing. Also excited to talk about your upcoming expo, so hopefully we can dig into the details of that.
Yes, that'd be great.
So tell us a little bit about A Naturalista Life. I love the name, I love the title, I love your hair, I love all the natural things that you have going on today. So let's talk about that a little bit.
Certainly. Well, Naturalista Life actually, it's a baby of another actual company that I had called Innovative Me, where we work with adolescent girls and we taught them different creative ways to empower themselves, but also using health and kind of a holistic approach. And then from there, it just grew into something that needs to focus more so on spreading information and knowledge to different people.
Absolutely. And tell me a little bit about the knowledge and information. Like, do you limit it to certain topics? When you talk about a naturalista lifestyle, that's a lot of information considering all the roles that women play. Yes. So tell me a little bit more about what your focus is, or how broad or small that focus is.
To me, it's everything, but really focusing on your beauty care, so taking care of yourself, your hair, your body, focusing on your nutrition. So plant-based diet is really what we kind of promote, using different foods to heal your body and take care of yourself naturally. And then we also advocate for fitness, so natural body care.
Awesome. So at a time like this, when we know that a lot of our viewers are struggling with medical diagnoses, they are feeling some distrust of the conventional medical model, and they are looking for solutions that help them either no longer need medication or to promote their longevity. Can you tell us about some of the things the Naturalista Expo will offer for that population of our viewers?
Well, everything actually. So if you're coming to the expo, you can expect to get information on actual free health screenings, so blood pressures, breast cancer screenings, so that type of information, but also getting information on how to actually take care of yourself. So try to reverse different things and ailments. Like for myself, I had acid reflux really bad, and so I actually switched and cut out meats and dairies, and now that's not something I have to suffer with. There's other things going on, but that's the most immediate thing that I've been able to kind of get out of my system.
You know, I'm excited to share with our viewers that we're going to be giving away some expo tickets towards the end of the show. I want to invite the viewers to call in. Our call-in numbers here on the show are 313-868-0342, 313-868-0351, or 313-868-4336. We most definitely want to hear from you. Our goal with the show is to bring you information and news and media that's not readily available in mainstream, and that includes your health, wellness, and ways to change your lifestyle that are not burdensome and cumbersome. So we hope that you call in with your questions and talk a little bit more about what the Naturalista Expo is. I would like to know how that got started.
Really, it's my own, because I'm an educator, so actually I find myself speaking to people a lot about vegan lifestyles. A lot of people that I run into are interested in actually making a change in their own lifestyle, but not actually knowing where to go. So what do I do? What do I eat? So those questions and those conversations that I've had frequently, I'm like, we need to put all this information in front of everybody. So the actual event is going to be answers to all your questions. So anything you might want to know about being natural, and that's your hair, your body, your diet, your fitness, all that information will be present.
That's awesome. I'm very excited about that because, as you know, I'm a naturopath and a clinical herbalist, and I really do advocate solutions for our community residents that help them not depend on conventional methods so much. You know, African Americans are the most widely diagnosed, commonly undernourished, underfed, and synthetic substance dependent population there is. So this is really a treat to have the Naturalista Expo come to our city in March and have all of this information available to our community. The question I have then, so what can an attendee expect in the day of, right? So when they walk through the doors, what will be the lineup?
There's going to be a lot of things going on. We're going to feature, you're going to have yoga demos, so you can come in, get a yoga session. So try that out if you haven't. Get a little extra practice if you have. We're going to have our speaker panels, one speaking on nutrition, so health and diet. We're going to have a panel speaking on beauty, so your hair, your actual skincare, and then we'll have a panel speaking on fitness, so how to take care of your body, exercise, maybe weight loss that's tied into that. We're going to have vegan cooking demonstrations, so if you don't know what to do as far as how to get started cooking, we'll have that going as well. You'll have, in addition to the vegan cooking sessions, we're going to have urban gardening, so you'll learn how to actually grow your own food, which I think is very important. So not actually depending always on the grocery store, because I hear that a lot. People are kind of concerned about the actual expense of going vegan or, you know, using a plant-based diet, and so kind of curtailing some of that. So you can expect all of that and more, especially since we're going to have a whole bunch of vendors with natural products, so body care products, hair care products, and then we're also going to have a very special guest speaker.
So I have a question for you. I want to put out a call to action to our community because, as you know, the Detroit area has a huge population of makers who make natural products,
Yes.
growers. And so if someone wants to become involved with the expo, how would they go about doing that?
Well, we're selling tickets online right now at Eventbrite. So if you go on Eventbrite and look up Naturalista Life, you'll find our actual expo. You can contact us through there, or you can visit our website at naturalistalife.com. That's life.com.
That is awesome. And then also for our viewers, I mentioned earlier that we're going to be giving away tickets to the expo, and I'm very excited about that because a large part of the work that I do as a naturopath and in my office is education.
Yes.
People have tons of questions about, well, what does it mean to live a natural lifestyle? What food should I eat? Should I always buy organic, certified foods and that sort of thing? So a large part of it is education, and I think that the expo is a great opportunity for people to get information about their unanswered questions. And I'm excited to say that I'm going to be joining you for the expo.
Yes.
And hopefully providing some resources for the people that I know and love in my city where I'm born and raised. And I invite the callers to call in and ask some questions. We are here at the station waiting to hear from you. 313-868-0342, 313-868-0351, and 313-868-4336. I mentioned earlier that next week is National Weight Management Week. And I'm very excited about a group weight management program that we're going to be offering in our office. For those of you who want to sign up, weight loss is difficult. And then a lot of times people don't understand the difference between weight and waist loss. And they look for things, I'd say, outside of their body to manage their weight, right? So I'm excited to offer this program that kicks off next month, and I'm going to be looking for viewers to call in and ask questions about that. But can we talk about weight loss a little bit? Because body image is important. And you started out by saying that this program started because you were working with young girls.
Yes.
In terms of their positive body imaging.
Yes.
We know there's a lot of body shaming out there right now. In fact, I read in the news that CVS is now going to stop their photojournalists from modifying their photos because it's creating these unrealistic images.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and they're requiring all of their distributors to do the same. So like the cosmetic companies, they're asking them to no longer Photoshop their images. But when we talk about healthy body image and we talk about weight management, what are your go-tos? What are some of the things that you hit home first when people raise questions about that?
Plant-based diet. When I actually transitioned from traditional diet and started being really advocating for it and actually diligent with my own diet, because we're all not perfect, so I've had some highs and lows in transitioning from a normal diet to an actual plant-based diet. However, in doing so, within the first 2 weeks I dropped 20 pounds. Wow. So that's definitely a way to kickstart your metabolism, because everything you need, essentially your body is self-healing, and the extra fat that you might have on yourself that you kind of want to lose, part of that can kind of be offset by actually using a plant-based diet.
So one of the things that I teach my clients when we're working on weight loss is a lot of time what we perceive as weight is inflammation. And we don't recognize that a lot of the foods that we eat in our standard American diet actually aggravate our tissues. And so, and then we have invaders, like things like yeast, that react in our body the same way it does at the bakery in bread. And so we're carrying this excess, what we believe to be weight, and a lot of times it's inflammation. And here's the thing I like to share with people. A lot of the commonly diagnosed conditions that we see in our community are actually made worse by this excess weight. We have, women's health issues like polycystic ovaries. We have a widely diagnosed population with diabetes and high blood pressure. We have sleep apnea. A lot of people are sleeping with these CPAP machines. And we have, just a plethora of conditions that are made worse by weight, when really weight is one of the easiest things to tackle if you become more selective about what you're putting in your body. So I'm excited that at the expo there's going to be, vegan food demonstrations. I've worked with urban agriculture in the city, and I remember the first year when we were putting gardens in people's backyards, one of the first things that came up was that people, were getting great yields, but then they didn't know what to do with the food.
Oh, wow.
They didn't know how to prepare it. They didn't know how to cook it, how to store it, how long to keep it. And that was a revelation, because most people think, all right, we're growing food. Now we have this variety of vegetables, and then nobody knows how to make a dish out of it.
Yes.
So I would encourage our viewers to go on Eventbrite or either call into the show to become eligible to win those tickets to the expo, because it sounds like there's going to be a great deal of information.
Oh, yes.
Now, in terms, you mentioned that there's going to be products, right?
Yes.
And just before the show, you pulled out this nice little tube of natural lip gloss.
Yes, actually, there's a brand called the Lip Bar. It's actually made here in Detroit. It is a vegan makeup company, and so you can get lip gloss and lipsticks and matte lipsticks at this company, and they're actually going to be there at the event, and so you can actually try some natural, healthy lip products, beauty products, which is important because it's not necessarily just what you're putting in your body, but also what you're putting on your body, because your body is an organ. It's going to absorb whatever you put on. So actually giving yourself healthier products, treat yourself a little better.
Do you know, or are you familiar with some of the toxic ingredients of the over-the-counter stuff that we put on our bodies?
Not all of them off the top of my head. I just let them all go.
That's good to know. The skin is the largest organ that the human body possesses, and it is very absorbed. It absorbs a lot of things, and so people need to be more conscious about putting what they put on their bodies. And with this big surge of cosmetics and buying things that are more suitable for your body, Rihanna came out with a line. And it was very
Fenty Beauty.
Fenty Beauty, and I have daughters, and so I just watched how women corralled around this product. And so here is another local product, and buying local does wonders for our economy.
Now you can also get it in Target, so that's
awesome.
locally made, but it's nationally known.
That is awesome. That's good to know. Right here from Detroit. Did it start here in Detroit? So all the more reason to support it, right? Because it's it's animal cruelty free, and it's made of natural products. Doesn't have the toxins. I know a young lady who suffers from eczema around her lips.
Okay.
But I also know that this young lady likes to use lip gloss from the beauty supply store that's probably imported from regions that don't regulate the ingredients like the United States does.
Right.
And so I would even go so far as to say a lot of what she's experienced with her skin is happening because of the product that she's using. So I will definitely be telling her about the expo, and definitely be telling her about the lip bar.
Yes, at the expo you can actually go and check their booth out, and you'll be able to try the products yourself, so you can kind of get a feel for it if you like it or not. One thing I would like to mention is that one of our sponsors is nutritionfacts.org, and so if you haven't heard of the book How Not to Die, it's one of my favorite reads, and we'll be giving that away at the expo. So we'll have giveaways, so we'll have that and a few other goodies to kind of check out for you. But the How Not to Die, it is a plant-based diet nutrition book, and it gives you a lot of conversation about the actual things that we as Americans die from. So with heart disease being number one, you have diabetes, you have, everything you can possibly think of. Breast cancer is discussed in there. So it's a really great resource, as well as we're giving away the cookbook to go along with it.
That is awesome. Everybody needs instructions in the kitchen.
Yes.
Everybody needs it, especially when you're trying to make a lifestyle change. One of the things that I know is true for most African American families is that we inherit the habits of our ancestors.
Yes.
And I was raised by my grandmother, so you can't even name something that she didn't cook. You know what I mean? Like, she cooked, she made good use of everything that she brought into her kitchen. And while that was what we grew up knowing, we
Right.
as adults have made some changes. So it's always nice to have some instructions in the kitchen. That's a nice touch with the cookbook. I have another question for you. So, as an educator, and as the proprietor of a Naturalista Life, what are some of the more frequent, besides diet and vegan plant-based eating? What are some of the other hot topics or burning questions that the people that you encounter are asking about?
Well, I normally run into women who are looking to transition to natural hair. So as black women, you kind of grow up with the stigma that you can't grow your hair or that your hair needs to look a certain way, which is what we're coming to realize that it's not true. So people are embracing their own natural beauty. But one thing that I constantly kind of get into conversation with is how to care for your natural hair. So that's one thing, a topic that we will be covering. So with my own hair, I'm natural, and just to me, that was a great experience to feel kind of the difference. Prior to going natural, my hair kind of stuck at a certain length pretty much all my adult life. And then going natural within a year, my hair it was making some great changes.
That is huge.
And so for me,
That is
was it was great. I was able to confidently move into a different kind of phase of life with my own natural beauty and truly embracing the natural hair that I have on my head.
That is wonderful. And I think that is so important for young ladies coming up at a time when you have celebrities glamorizing other additions to our body and defining that as beauty. Natural beauty has always been my favorite and focus for my daughters, of which I have 4. And so it's going to be exciting to bring them there and to introduce them to some of the concepts that you have. Another question for you. I notice your skin is beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Very nice glowing skin. Can you talk about some of the skin products or skin brands that are going to be at the expo?
We actually have a lot of skin brands that are going to be present. We have some of our brands that are pretty much focused on natural products. So with the natural products, there are body butters that we have, and we have different oils. So with the different brands that are out there, you can kind of look for different resources, a lot of variety in order to take care of your skin and more of a natural, healthy approach to it.
So who is the target audience for the expo?
I would say someone like me that's interested in going natural, but needs maybe to connect to certain resources. So the target audience, I would say, is anyone who wants to live healthier and make a difference in changes in their own life.
A lot of people will ask, is the event going to be kid-friendly?
Yes, that's a great question.
Yes.
The event is kid friendly. We actually have a kid zone, so you can drop your kid off $5, and they'll get their own kind of special time. So we'll have different vendors there that are working with the children. So you can drop off your children and kind of move around without them, but you're more than welcome to move around with them. Children are free unless you are dropping them off in the kid zone.
That is awesome news. And then the other question I have, because this is a Naturalista Expo, what about the fellas?
Well, health is universal, so it's not excluding men. However, women kind of sometimes get things going. So definitely men are welcome. So that we have skin products and we have different vendors that are going to be there that focus on men products as well. But nutrition, that's universal, and fitness is as well.
I love that. I have a question for you. When you said that there will be products there for men, I heard my daughter say the other day, she goes, "Mom, beards are out here changing men's lives." And so then we got onto the subject of beard butters, which I think is a popular product right now. But there are body butters for women. Will you guys be offering the beard butters for men?
Yes, you will have vendors that you can find the beard butters and the beard oils. So
Very good.
grow that luscious beard. We definitely are going to have somebody for that.
That's good. I'm glad. I bet the men will be happy to hear that. And so now, if someone wants to get in touch with you
Yes.
for the expo or outside of the expo, do you have a website or contact information that you'd like to share?
Certainly.
Okay.
You're more than welcome to visit the website. Again, it's naturalistalife.com. That's the letter A, the word natural, ISTA, life.com. Or you can contact me at 248-800-6479. Again, that's 248-800-6479.
Now, another question for you. When you guys are not doing the expo, what sorts of things can our viewers find you doing?
A little bit of consultation. So, consulting with different people who are actually interested in going natural, or maybe getting their diet started. So, we do that. And then, as well as working with children. So, you can find us in schools. And we'll, working with the children in the schools, we're kind of also promoting taking it from the event and then also bringing it into the schools. So, it's not just stopping at the event. We're going to be moving around year round.
And tell me the things that you're doing with the youth. Can you give me a little bit more information about what you like, how that is evolving?
Certainly. In the schools, just getting started, we're looking to give children kind of diet tips, but also when I say diet, I mean trying different foods. Because typically the issue is that the children are uncomfortable trying something new or something different. And so if you kind of put it in a different form, they're more receptive to it. So giving them different lunches, vegan lunches, plant-based lunches, as well as letting them learn how to take care of themselves naturally, and then also trying smoothies. One of my favorite things to start my day is a whole fruit smoothie.
You know what? And it's funny because a smoothie is one of the ways that I'm able to get my children to ingest herbs and things like bee pollen and spirulina. As long as I put it in a smoothie, they don't even ask me any questions. So that's great.
Yes.
You're going to be teaching other kids how to do that. And then they sell little instruments now that are so easy for people to pop.
Yes.
You know, Pinterest is my best friend.
I love Pinterest.
And so when you want to make eating healthy convenient, go on Pinterest and, you know, you'd be able to transform a life. I want to thank you for coming on to the show and sharing what you have about the Naturalista Expo. Are you on social media?
Yes, we are on Instagram. I have a Facebook, but I'm going to be honest, I've kind of neglected it. So we do have Instagram. The Instagram profile is Naturalista Life Expo. So again, that's Naturalista Life Expo. You can find us on Instagram. That is the best way to kind of connect with us and follow us and see what's going on.
Thank you so much, Adrena. And I want to thank the viewers for listening. Please stay tuned for upcoming events in the community. The class agency is going to be hosting a street festival in the coming months. I'll be back on air to share that with you. Our weight prevention and management program kicks off next week. If you'd like more information, please visit our website at www.eiw-dt.com. Thank you for watching Expose Under the Sun. I'm your guest host, Carla Mitchell, sitting in for Sharon Dumas. And be sure to tune in next week. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm fabulous. Hi, Mommy. Hi, Daddy. I'm fabulous.
Young cat got back, did a little bit. Now we hardy, puffy, tough, do-rag and Tim's. Kinda hard to get a job back out on the block. Charge that to the game. Young girl, she grew up in a rush. Had it bad, no doubt. She don't know who to trust. Every man she ever loved only wanna crush. Charge that to the game. But it's all gravy. Hey, baby. Shots get popped, the cops shut down the party. Jeans sag low, blow smoke.